blaming overcrowding for the deaths, with calls to limit the number of climbing permits for each season. Let's have a word with Alex Staniforth, who's a 23-year-old climber who attempted to climb Everest twice. Is that right, Alex? A couple of times?
That's right, yeah, morning.
Morning. We've obviously got a big...
I was there in 2014 and 2015. We were stopped by the avalanches and then the Nepal earthquake, but I haven't reached the top yet, but I've spent 2 expeditions on the mountain, and I've kind of got a feel for a lot of the issues that we're seeing on the season on the mountain now as well.
What are those issues?
I think ultimately, being the highest mountain in the world, like myself, there's a lot of people that have the ambition of being there, and ultimately you have the full range of people there from all around the world doing it in a number of ways, and ultimately there are a lot of people there on the mountain at the same time. You're in one of the most unpredictable, dangerous environments in the world, and I think what we're seeing now is so many people in a place that people are able to actually take care of themselves, and that's why we're having so many deaths, because there's so many people on the mountain trying to take advantage of kind of a small window of good forecast.
Yeah.
And obviously that brings a lot of issues when you're in somewhere kind of when you're at over 8,000 meters, the risk of hypothermia altitude all around.
Sure. How representative? I don't know if you've seen that photograph that's going around of what looks like a couple of hundred people queuing to get there, very, very high up, obviously. How representative is that photo? Because I've got to say, I saw that, and everybody else I've spoken to has just seen that and gone, that's incredible. But did you look at it and just think, yep, that's the kind of thing that goes on?
I mean, I haven't been that high up, so I can't really speak from that experience, but I can totally understand it. It's, I think it's always important to be mindful of where this information is coming from. But ultimately, I think the mountain is very, very busy, and we were climbing through the icefall to Camp 1 when the earthquake hit back in 2015, and there were 170 climbers stuck up there. There was a lot of people moving through the icefall, and ultimately a lot of the expeditions, they're kind of better equipped, with better experience. The more responsible operators are making a conscious effort now to avoid, some of these, cheaper outfits that are, aren't having the climbers there that are experienced enough that, that essentially shouldn't be there, and are a liability to themselves and to other people. And ultimately, that's why I think we're having so many people high up the mountain, because, you haven't got that sense of regulation, and essentially people have spent a lot of money, a lot of time to be there. They don't want to miss their chance, and once the conditions are good, they're all going for it. And ultimately, it's not the place where you want to be held up.
Does it make you think twice about going again?
If I'm honest, yes, it does actually. I mean, the goal to climb Everest was there from a young age, and ultimately, I think the ethics of it, like anywhere in tourism, they get busier and busier and busier. And I think until something's done, I know a lot of the good expeditions, the responsible, experienced operators are feeling unsure whether they can kind of keep their clients safe, because ultimately you can minimise the risk as much as possible. But when there's people around you that shouldn't be there on the mountain, then ultimately it does create new hazards. And yeah, I think it would certainly make me think twice.
Okay. Alex, thank you. Thanks very much indeed for your time. Apologies for not the greatest of lines with Alex. It was like we were speaking to him from Nepal, wasn't it? Alex Staniforth, 23 years old. He's attempted to climb Everest a couple of times, hasn't managed it, and now he's thinking twice after this news that we've had that 3 climbers have died while descending Mount Everest just a couple of days ago, all because of overcrowding, it seems, on the world's highest mountain. It's 7:33, time to get the latest news. You're listening to 5 Live.
On Digital.